credible budgets must be built on prudent assumptions and resilient frameworks. The gains of 2025 must be understood not as an end in themselves, but as the foundation for a more deliberate, realistic, and result-oriented 2026 budget. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, Nigeria recorded positive growth throughout the year, with real GDP growth approaching 4%, placing the country among the strongest performing large economies in sub-Saharan Africa. Mr. President, distinguished honorable colleagues, over recent months, inflationary pressures have significantly eased. Following the rebasing of the consumer price index, headline inflation has trended downwards, while food inflation has decreased due to improved agricultural output, targeted interventions, and more stable supply chains. External indicators. The World Bank and the IMF recognize these developments as evidence of restored macroeconomic credibility and more solid foundations for medium-term growth. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the challenge before us now is not whether reform is working, but how decisively its benefits can be consolidated and broadened. If 2025 was a year of adjustment and learning, 2026 must be a year of fulfillment. Growth must increasingly translate into jobs, higher incomes, and expanded opportunity. Fiscal discipline must continue to deliver fairness, efficiency, and visible impact. Above all, the 2026 budget must be grounded in credible targets, realistic assumptions, and disciplined implementations. This is where there is strong optimism across this chamber that 2026 will be different, not only in intent, but in outcomes. The National Assembly received the 2026 appropriation bill with confidence that the lessons of 2025 have been fully internalized and that this budget is designed to translate reform into tangible progress for Nigerians. Growth must increasingly translate into jobs, higher incomes, and expanded opportunity. Fiscal discipline must continue to deliver fairness, efficiency, and visible impact. And national policy must remain firmly anchored in coherence, predictability, and institutional order. Mr. President, one of the most assuring signals of reform maturity in your approach to the 2026 budget is your clear directive that Nigeria must operate with one budget and one fiscal framework. Along with your clear determination to deepen fiscal realism and restore order to the budgeting process. Your insistence that there should be no parallel budgets, no multiple spending windows, and no fragmented fiscal authorities speaks to discipline, clarity, and respect for due process. It restores order to public finance and ensures that every naira appropriated by this parliament aligns with national priorities. The National Assembly welcomes this stance. It reinforces confidence that the 2026 budget is not merely expansive, but orderly, not merely ambitious, but disciplined. This approach assures the National Assembly that the 2026 budget is not only ambitious, but also achievable, not only expansive, but also grounded, and designed for precise implementation rather than approximation. Mr. President, security is not only a constitutional responsibility, it is the essential foundation of development. Security underpins food production, price stability, investment confidence, and social cohesion. Your administration's national emergency posture on security reflects clarity of purpose and decisiveness of leadership. It is backed by concrete commitments, including expanded recruitment into the security services, enhanced training capacity, improved welfare, redeployment to priority theaters, strengthened forest and territorial security, and improved intelligence coordination. The 2026 budget reflects this prioritization, and rightly so. When properly funded, well coordinated, and transparently implemented, security expenditure is not just a cost, it is an investment in economic growth and development. For this reason, security deserves prominent and sustained attention in the 2026 budget and beyond. The National Assembly is firmly committed to ensuring that resources allocated to security translate into measurable, lasting improvements in safety across the Federation. Members of the National Assembly serve as the primary ambassadors of the Renewed Hope Agenda. By anchoring a renewed hope agenda in the National Assembly, the agenda becomes a shared national mission, owned, communicated, and defended by the people's representatives across the Federation. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the 2026 fiscal year is also significant for implementation of new tax laws. These reforms represent a major step in state building. They broaden the tax base, enhance equity, simplify compliance, reduce leakages, and strengthen non-oil revenues. With these reforms, the 2026 budget is anchored in sustainable revenue rather than deferred obligations. It finances progress responsibly. A fair and efficient tax system underpins security funding, sustains social services, and guarantees the timely delivery of constituency projects. On behalf of the National Assembly, I offer this assurance. We will consider the 2026 appropriation bill with urgency, diligence, and patriotism. We will support reform that strengthen the national interest, scrutinize spending to ensure accountability, and insist that every naira budgeted by Mr. President delivers value to the Nigerian people. To Nigerians watching, the message of this budget is clear. Stability has been restored, confidence has been rebuilt, fiscal order has been strengthened, and the foundations for shared prosperity are firmly in place. In closing, I thank His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for his leadership, foresight, and abiding trust in democratic institutions. I extend special appreciation to the President of the Senate, distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, for the uncommon leadership he is given to the National Assembly, and also for his partnership, statesmanship, and leadership. I thank all distinguished senators, honorable members of the House of Representatives, for your dedication, sacrifice, and patriotism in service to our nation. I also extend my gratitude to everyone across government and society who contributes daily to governance and national service. Thank you all. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, with a few remarks of the Right Honorable Speaker, my dear brother Tajuddin Abbas, GCON, the applause of the entirety of the National Assembly and Nigerians watching. I want to state that all members and invited guests must remain seated. immediately after the national anthem to enable the president to walk out without shuffling. And then we will do the needful. You will be escorted by two of our principal officers, Deputy Senate President and Deputy Speaker, and we will appropriately close the joint sitting with necessary motions. Mr. President, this is your house. We are behind you. No shaking. Thank you. National anthem.
To a joint and shared prosperity, and we had seen the budget had an upward review earlier before this meeting started as an emergency Federal Executive Council meeting, reviewed from 54.5 trillion naira to 58.47 trillion naira. There was also a review on the exchange rate from 1,512 to $1 to 1,400 to $1. And the president did give other breakdown when he made his presentation. He said that government spending is projected to be at 4.98 trillion naira, grants and donors will be 1.37 trillion naira, and he said that most especially for 2026, attention will be given to the issue of rollover budgetary, where Nigeria has been practicing multiple budgetary system. He said that will be terminated from March 2026. He has promised that all capital liabilities will be fully funded and closed. And so it will be a new era from April 2026. The country should be expecting to have a single budget funding and revenue. He's promised that there will be a total confrontation of structural weaknesses in the budgetary system and issues of abandoned projects and unpaid contractors will be fully dealt with. And he says that the sacrifices the Nigerians have been making before now will not be in vain, as the economy has turned the corner. So it should only be positives from next year. And right after that, we saw the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Abbas, accepting the speech on behalf of the National Assembly. And so thank you so much for watching here.
capital, expenditure that which is going to, roll over the 2025 and 2026. The president made assurance that all capital liabilities will be closed down, at 31st of March 2026, and the current budget will start being executed from April 2026. So you can see that issues of multiple budgets will be over, considering this presentation. And here with me is the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, where he's going to shed more light on the key areas that the president presented this afternoon. Honorable Minister, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
We'd like to hear from you. There are issues of security, infrastructure, education, and social welfare. The president made emphasis on this. Can you shed more light on this?
Well, first and foremost, this is not a session for the breakdown of the budget. That is going to come later. But what is important is to say that the president has presented a budget that he called a budget of consolidation. And he has made a promise that this is not just a promissory document. It is a document that aims at actually, practicalizing and, implementing everything that he has espoused in that budget. So for the first time, we're having a situation where the president has addressed all the concerns of Nigerians in that beautiful document. And we wait to see. We go through the budget and then we can do the analysis later. But what is important is you can see from the president's own remark that this is a document that aims to address all the concerns that Nigerians have, and that it is not just a promissory note, it is aimed at implementing all those things that he has said. This is what is important at this point.
Honorable Minister, there is issue of security, which he made a kind of a big, allocation to it. And he says, like I quote, he said, no mercy to, banditry and terrorism. What this entails?
Absolutely so. You'll agree with me that this is number one problem that we have in this country, the issue of security, banditry, criminality, and other violent crimes. This has led also to some members of the national community, making some allegations against Nigeria. So the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is taking this very, very seriously, addressing these issues. And as he has said, no mercy on all those who have said we are not going to sleep with our eyes closed again in this country. He has given directive. All those who are participating, aiding, and abetting criminality and other forms of crime in this country will never sleep, and then will also have to sleep in this country. This is the message of the Mr. President, taking security very, very seriously, and you can see some of the changes that he has made so far. You can see the allocation of funds that he has made. These are all aimed at ensuring that Nigerians sleep with their eyes closed, and we are going to put security behind us by the grace of God.
Well, Mr. Thank you very much. We look forward for more information on this budget presentation.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you much. That has been the Minister of Information, giving some explanations, on the budget presentation of Mr. President. And as we await, some dignitaries to chip, on this presentation, I would like to make some comments here, which has to do with the assurances that the president has so far made, in terms of good governance, in terms of, giving a priority to some of the key areas that we are, fighting with here in this country. Let's talk, with one of our senators here, Senator Benga. Senator Benga, you just listened to Mr. President, that he has just presented his 2026 budget. What are areas that you want to shed more light on?
Well, we are happy that we are now getting an efficient budget. The president has said now that there is going to be fiscal and budgetary discipline. And we are hoping that instead of having 2-3 budgets in a year, this era will end. And this is going to make the situation a little more efficient.
The budget is too huge, 8.18.
It's a big country, and of course, when you have this sort of challenge, people say you have to spend your way, and that's precisely what we are doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're still, looking for more, senators and ministers to speak to us, on this budget. All right. As we await, the arrival of some of the core, ministries to talk to us. Let's, join the Minister of Regional Development, to speak to us. All right, the Minister of Regional Development.
Thank you very much.
Your ministry, the President has said so much on the infrastructure.
Yes.
Can you shed more light on this particular, area of the infrastructure?
Well, I think having listened to the President on the budget presentation, he made so many promises, and he made it clear that this year's budget is going to be a budget of consolidation, that we are going to consolidate on the activities of government in the past years. And there's one important remark that the President made, that this 2026 budget will not witness a parallel execution as we have in the past. That is to say, multiple implementation of year budgets like 2024, 2025 will be admitted. And he has given a marching order to the Minister of Finance, Budget, DG, and the Akata General to ensure that all those outstanding in 2024 and 2025 are done with by March 2026. And the implication of that is that he wants 2026 to start on its own and to ensure that it's fully implemented. And he has also said that the 2026 budget will be implemented in line with nationally determined objective and renewable objective of Mr. President. And with that, I'm quite convinced that the 2026 budget will definitely be a budget of not only consolidation, a budget of hope, and a budget of shared prosperity for the people of Nigeria.
Like stated by the President.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can we have you, please? Yeah. All right, can you tell us the name, Senator, and then...
Senator Ashiru, the Deputy Senate Leader of the 10th Assembly.
So you attended this presentation. What can you say?
Yeah, quite an exciting interaction between us and Mr. President. It has always been like this. Very determined to make sure that Nigeria is well on track, especially with a very large chunk of 5.4 trillion going to security and a lot of money going to infrastructure, health and education. Nigeria is definitely on track. We are definitely there, and all these sectors, they roll together. And Nigeria will be a very robust country.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, we've had, from some of, the respondents, talking on this budget presentation. And thank you so much, studio. We'll now go back to you for the continuation of schedule.
You